All right, we are recording. Who am I talking with today?
Hello, my name is Kelsey, and I'm Girlsplaining Gaming on the internet.
Okay, so first off, the history of the name. Like, how did you come up with that?
Yeah, so Girlsplaining Gaming started about 2.5 years ago. I It actually started with how I learned Magic, which is I had somebody who is now my ex-boyfriend, and he introduced me to Magic, but he wouldn't teach me. And so I was like, well, I had this wonderful group of friends, and one of which is now my partner, who taught me how to play. And I thought, what if I was able to be a resource and a community builder for people, women, but really anybody who just needs somebody to teach them about gaming in a way that's not condescending, because there's so many like really popular, really talented streamers and video people. But not everybody's there for the easy to understand layperson instruction. So that's what I set out to do, and that's girls planning. Just explaining things in a way that's not condescending, that doesn't assume that you come from any sort of background or knowledge, and that's it.
See, and there's a lesson to be had here. You had a boyfriend who was a dick and had this thing. I was like, hey, was he trying to get you to play? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, it was like, no, you can't
Well,
play. You're just a dumb girl. Derp.
there's a difference between wanting to teach somebody to be able to beat them and wanting to teach someone to have somebody to play with in the future. And I don't think he was thinking that far forward. Like, not a bad guy. He just like he wasn't really thinking that far ahead. But I'm big brain. I'm thinking ahead. I want to have more people to love the same hobby that I do. So I'm trying to teach people in a nice way.
Okay. I'm now envisioning like I'm going to teach you this, but I'm going to teach this in a way that is not comfortable, or like, hey, we're going to be like patience, where it's like, oh, how do you not
Yeah.
know this already? It's like, I just saw this card. How would you not like, so
Well, I grew up playing a lot of like games and having nerdy hobbies and everything, so it felt pretty natural to me. But then to have people expect that that's not what I would do was like, oh, huh, maybe I need to be a voice for this.
So did you originally learn on Commander, or did you learn just a basic 60 modern? Like, what was the original?
Yeah, I picked up a Lieza Shroud of Dusk proxy deck, and it was just, I had been sent to EDH Rec and I didn't know where to start. So I like looked at the top 10 commanders on their top 10 list and I was like, who's the coolest, most badass woman on this list? And I found Lieza, and I actually have revamped the deck, and now it is one of my decks that I don't play very often because people complain about it, but I really love it.
What does
So I
Liaisa
started with
do?
Commander. It can be pretty stacks heavy. It's an Orzhov life gain, so she kind of ignores commander tax, and instead you pay 2 life for the amount of times that you're replaying her. But the big part is that she's got flying, lifelink is a 5/5, and then every player must pay 2 life when you play a spell.
That's a lot. That's a lot
So
going on
right, for
there.
the owner, it doesn't really matter because you're getting life all over the place. You
Yeah,
probably have 135 life. But for everybody else, that can be a real problem.
very nice. And
Yeah,
that
I
was your.
wouldn't teach people. Sorry, I wouldn't teach people on Commander. I think it's important to learn Commander as part of it, but I would teach somebody with 60 card if it was like your first time ever learning a trading card game. I would start you with something that has 4 copies of something in the deck and not a singleton.
Oh yeah, Wizards just figured it out with their Jumpstart packs. It's literally 20 card packs, and they say take 2 of these, smash them together, and you're ready to go.
Totally.
And that's
I
a
like
thousand
that.
percent. Yeah, it works out. I do a lot of training with the veterans here in Los Angeles. We have events at the VA to teach people Magic, and I literally have just gone in and just here you go, put them together. Sometimes they work, sometimes some are better than others, but it's totally random, and it's just like it's very basic. You got a couple very basic interactions in there, and but it works out beautifully. And it's yeah, 40
Yeah.
card 40 card format's a very good way to teach. Magic the Gathering. So as girls play, so okay, ex-boyfriend didn't work out. New boyfriend, you guys are together playing Magic. Awesome. How far along the road was girls playing a thing? Like from when you
Uh,
started playing Magic to I'm gonna make content and help other people kind of down this.
yeah, I started playing Magic during COVID, so it's been about 6 years now, and I started the channel in November 2 years, so 2.5 years ago. The channel did not actually start out as a Magic channel, and it is still not Magic exclusive. That's just what people seem to want to watch, and also what I like to do. Um,
All right.
but actually my first video was about League of Legends.
Hey, all right, there we go. Now,
It was League. My first video that ever blew up anywhere was Overwatch. So the Magic stuff kind of came in later, but I've been a lot more active with that recently because I'm constantly thinking about Magic rent free in my head literally all the time.
yeah.
And there's a great community around it. So I've really enjoyed like getting to know people, and I'm finding that as you pour more into it and interact and like genuinely connect with people in the community, that's when you start to see more things happen. So that's been really cool.
Well, you can't just travel down the Riot Games road and not say anything. All right, so you still play League? You still play Overwatch and all that? You still
No, I don't.
same here.
I picked up Marvel Rivals a couple days ago. Well, I guess I
Oh,
tried it
okay.
out like a year ago, and then I started again like 2 days ago. Um, No, not I don't play League anymore. I think really it's just the games took too long. I cannot have something take 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I was a big ARAM player.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, stereotypical toxic gaming community. Not really where I needed to spend my time. But yeah, I find a lot more joy with like paper games of Magic if I can, or playing on like Convoke or Spell Table with my friends. So, also single player games. I'm doing a lot of like Stardew Valley, Baldur's Gate.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Those are harder to girl explain about because you don't really need to explain that much. I feel like things that have a meta or things to really like learn in a competitive way are easier to do that for. So I'm trying to find ways to diversify my content, but also the algorithm likes you to do one thing, as you probably know.
Yeah, I have tried doing the workout thing, the workout journey thing, and then I transitioned over to Magic, and it was like, well, you can't do both, and it's like, but I still do this other thing, and it's
But I'm
like,
a multifaceted
I know,
person.
no, you
Oh.
not according to the algorithm, apparently. So you just found Marvel Heroes, so congrats. But that does, you're not playing League anymore. But have you looked at, have you considered the Riftbound conversation?
I really have. It's just very expensive. Every time I look at the
Really?
tax, like I feel like I can't support by like having two TCGs. I'm really interested in it. Anybody out there, if you want to send me Riftbound, I will play it, learn it, love it. It was just like at my local game store that like one pack was like $16, and I was like, all right,
That's
well,
aggressive.
I just can't. I can't really support that.
Like
But no,
that's
but I'm certainly interested in because I think the characters are cool. I like the design. I like the world. Um, yeah, we'll see
yeah,
if it calms
$16 a
down.
pack. That's three Bloomberg packs. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's like that's a real easy
Right.
conversation. That's like, yeah, pass of this thing. Now it's probably not going anywhere. Riot Games is gonna like, I can't imagine it not being successful eventually. But I just, it's like a Lorcana thing. It's like, it's not going anywhere. But will it ever have that critical mass of taking over the Magic, community or Pokemon or
Right.
something like that? It's like, not with prices like that. That's
Right.
tough.
And Riot with League of Legends has like already splintered so many times. Like you've got TFT, you've also got Arcane,
Mm.
which then feeds into like maybe other TV shows, maybe other thing. Like there's just a whole world, which is cool. I mean, you have to do that as a business, but not all of them are going to stick as well as
Well, I'll
Magic
tell
might
you what,
have.
Wizards could take a lesson from Riot as far as the world building, as far as like all these different things that all pour together into the universe. It's like, could you imagine if there was an Arcane for Magic where it was like on Netflix? Oh man, another world,
Yeah.
right?
Sounds great. Well, I thought not Riftbound, Reality Shift was supposed to tie everything together, but from what we've seen of the very limited like glimpses of that, it looks like we're just gonna keep on trucking. We're
Yeah.
just going to a new place. So I'll be excited and a little nervous to find out what happens there.
Are you a big Universes Beyond person?
I'm not. I'm not going to yuck anybody else's yum. I think I just don't personally connect with a lot of IPs. I was not a child who was allowed to watch a lot of television, so most of my like knowledge of series and things is books, and there's just not really book things in there. Um, I think The Lord of the Rings was really strong, and I'm very excited for The Hobbit. That was certainly a series that was very big for me in my childhood. Um, so yeah. I think I'm kind of with the old heads on this
Yeah, I
one,
was
which
gonna.
is tough because it's so divisive and people are like, if you dislike it, you're bad, and if you like it, you're bad. And like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't really play with it. But like, yeah, sure, there's Final Fantasy cards in my Commander deck, but I just might not go to the pre-release if I don't really like connect with the thing it's about. But same for any like Magic set.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. So because it's coming at such a clip right now, where now the 7 sets a year conversation, and now four of them are based around Universes Beyond. It makes for a very easy conversation with my wallet, where it's like, I'm only gonna go in real hard on the in universe stuff. It's so much easier. As of, like I,
It
I
honestly is.
I put a clip out of like the Universes Beyond savings plan program where it's like the oh hey if you save, look at all the money you're saving over the course of if you're just buying in universe stuff, and it's you save 4 decks, like you're spending
That's really
hundreds if
funny.
not thousands of dollars per set coming out, and it's just like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
You want me to do this 7 times a year? Like,
Yeah.
so
I
yeah.
think it also gets kind of exhausting to care so much about everything all the time. And so if I can care a lot about half of the things that happen, that's really great. I am realizing that I probably want to be making more content, even surrounding the sets that I'm not personally that excited about, because my mission is still to help people learn. And a lot of people do come in through the new IPs. So I try to at least do some videos on new mechanics that are coming out, but you can see the lack of life behind my eyes, and I gotta work on that.
Oh look, another new mechanic. And yeah, because they're cranking out so many sets, there has to be new mechanics, there has to be new stuff. It's like you're barely able to enjoy the stuff coming out, the stuff that you've just brought home from the LCS or the LGS, and then they're already spoiling the next set. And it's just like, all right, that's my biggest gripe about the Universes Beyond stuff. It's kind of a more of a you
Yeah.
know parent company
Yeah.
pushing this kind of narrative. So
And I think in the end, I don't really have the space in my brain to dislike things that much. So I'm just gonna, it's like, it's not really forced positivity. It's just like, if I don't like it, I just don't, whatever. I don't
yeah,
care. You do it. That's great. but I'm gonna like what I'm gonna like.
Yeah,
But
no,
I think that's one of the things that is really good about Magic is there's something for everyone. Like Bloomborough brought in so many people, but like even like the grimier stuff can bring in the same people, and then you never know who's gonna like what. So there's an avenue to catch everyone. We got my mom. My mom wants to learn Magic.
really.
Yeah, I've started teaching her.
Well, there you go. Now is not everybody's good at this kind of thing. Like I trained a lot of folks on how to play Magic now, and there are just some people who just don't get it. Like don't have that brain capacity of like thinking.
Hmm.
It's like chess, right?
Right.
Does she have it? Is she understanding it? Does she read the card? I'm guessing as
I
you
think
grew up with
so.
a lot of books and reading, I'm guessing mom was also books and reading and no TV. And
Yes.
okay, so she's more cerebral.
Yeah, very
Okay.
much so. Well, I actually tried with both of my parents, and usually my dad is like the one to play games with me, and my mom picked up on this better. But also maybe I had adjusted because also as everybody likes different things and has different capacity for it, your teaching style has to be different for everybody then. So like I'm not going to teach it the same to my friend from college who said, "Hey, Kelsey, like teach me how to play Magic when you come visit." I'm going to teach my mom an entirely different way because her background with games is pretty minimal. Like she knows how to play Carcassonne and she likes all the classic games. We're good on like, lighter strategy games, but it's just, I think it's less about like the capacity to learn because I think everyone has it, and more about what's your background with it and what knowledge do you already have. Like I kind of think for board games, once you've learned how to play Scythe, you can play any game. It's just there's so many.
The board
It's
game
a
Scythe, like the
Yeah, the board game.
Russian like automaton. Okay, I was like,
Yes.
which one is? Oh, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I know that
I
one. Yeah,
think once
that's
you've learned that,
whoo, that one's rough.
right? You can play anything. It's one of my favorites. But if you don't have the kind of experience with that, you can't reference other things. Like to me, every single character in like a Marvel Rivals or an Overwatch, like all of those are like, okay, which league character has this ability? Because that's what I started with. So it's kind of all like a referential thing.
It's
So that was
it's
a very long way of saying, actually, I think everybody can learn. You just have to
sure.
change how you teach them.
Right, and that you have to actually want it. You know, there's a couple things in play. Like, do you really care about this, or is it just like I'm humoring you? Is like, okay, teach me this stupid card game that you are so in love with. But it's funny how you're talking about having that brain already wired in place. As we're talking, my hand is on the mouse, and my left hand is on the WASD keys, and I didn't even realize just
Hmm.
to look down, and my pinky's on the shift key, and it's like, just like having that already pre-wired in. It's like, okay, that makes things a lot easier when you're trying to teach somebody something like that, or it's they have the
Yeah.
muscle memory already, or gaming mechanics. So so how long? So outside of all of that, I'm trying to think. I mean, we've covered quite a bit already. Um, Geez, what are you working on right now? Like as far as content creation goes, like with
Mhm.
Girlsplaining, like what exactly are you working on right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm constantly working on a balance of how do I like keep true to my mission of making content that feels like it's accessible to people and really helps with learning games, mostly Magic, but other games included, and gaining a larger reach so I can find more people to help. And I like to call this the karaoke trifecta because it's like it's like
Hmm.
picking a karaoke song. You have to pick a song that you like,
Right.
obviously. Then next you should think about picking a song that you sound good on. And then third, you should think about picking a song that other people are going to like. I think it's the same with content. If I'm hitting one of those three things, maybe multiple, I'm succeeding. It's got to be something I love to talk about. It's got to be something I'm good at talking about. Otherwise, why would I do it? Three, do people like it? So sometimes that means I'm doing like a stupid comedy video because I like it and people like it. It's not educational. It's not really helping anybody, but sometimes that's the push that you need to get to people. So I'm working on that balance. Getting a little more back into long form. I kind of abandoned my YouTube for a while as I was like getting more into the Magic community on Instagram because I feel like that's kind of where most people are congregating. Um,
Yeah.
but I just put up a deck tech today, working on some drafting. I love limited. I love to draft. I like to push the boundaries of the game that we play and do weird, weird things with it. So I've got a couple videos that are like filmed but not edited of some funky little limited formats.
So limited is in draft. Like again, this is as I am solely a commander player. I'm terrible with the
Yeah.
different formats. Limited is just draft, right?
Yeah, limited is you're cracking a pack there. So that could limited encompasses basically draft and sealed.
Okay.
And then constructed is just you bring the deck to the table. I think pre-releases are the best way to play Magic, in my opinion. I think everybody's kind of on an even footing. I mean, yes, you can watch 10 hours of content, but you can't watch 100 hours of content. It doesn't exist. And I just like that we're kind of all discovering it together and learning about it there. But I also love a draft on my stream. I do Weird Draft Wednesday sometimes, and I'm working on a proposal for a spectacle play event for MagicCon in the future if I manage to get to be a creator again.
Should we
Um,
wait? What? Hold on. There were a couple things in there. So spectacle event at MagicCon. Got it. If you
yeah,
get to be a creator, oh, you mean like an ambassador or a creator
yeah, yeah.
for? Do you not? I figured they would immediately hand you a creator badge. Do they not give you a creator badge
I don't
with it?
know. I don't know. I've only applied once and I got it once, and I'm very, very grateful. It was
I
an awesome
think
experience.
you are kind
So,
of the demographic that they're looking for their creators. I
well,
don't think you're going to
that's
have a
great to hear.
I mean, come on. Yes, I think you'll be fine. Again, content's great. You fall
Thank
into
you.
the specific DEI corridor that they're looking for because they want more women in gaming. Period.
Yeah.
Like, because more women equals more sales equals more. It's like that is the demographic they're shooting for. So yeah, it's
Turns out that inclusivity is a
who
good thing.
who would have right? Who would have thought?
Huh.
Millions upon millions of dollars of research, and they came. It's kind of like when you hear those. Oh, a study out of Harvard today found out that water is wet, and it's like how many millions of
Mhm.
dollars did it cost you to do that? It's like yeah, we
Fork
all
found in kitchen.
right exactly like Steve was like really guys, good job, you nailed it. So are you going to do anything about that? So that said, going back into MagicCon, are you going to? What's your schedule look like? Are you going to Amsterdam? Are you going to Atlanta? Where's next for Girls
Uh,
Playing?
Amsterdam, a little far away for me. Atlanta is a lot easier to get to. I'm on the East Coast, so Vegas was a haul. I'm hoping to go to Atlanta. It's not certain yet, but it'd be really exciting to go there. I have a couple friends who live down there, so that'd be great to get to see them, spend some time with them, and just kind of keep the momentum going. I feel like I got a real positive kick in the pants from MagicCon Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Um, a little bit of it, perhaps like exposure from the fact that I was there and posting about it, but also I feel like I was really reinvigorated. It was very validating because I had a lot of people come up to me and say, "Hey, you're the reason that I'm comfortable playing Magic," or "My girlfriend's super mad that she didn't get to see you and I do. Can you make a video for her?" And I was so inspired by that because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Those are the people I'm trying to reach. And so I was very validated and really inspired to keep going because it appears that even at a pretty starter level, what I'm doing does matter. And that's a really good feeling. I feel like I'm able to actually help. So but perhaps another convention would just amplify that effect. Would be really cool.
Oh, they definitely are. Yeah, going to a convention, it definitely fills the tank up. You come out of there and you're like, this is pretty fun, and I
This
am
is
awesome.
what I like to do.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
It's so funny the amount of time and energy we put into the content creation side of it, and then minus the magic conversation, like how much more I could be
Yeah.
playing magic versus like or going through decks and things like that, as opposed to like cutting videos together and coming up with ideas. And it's just like the amount of time and energy it takes. And then when you go to an event like that and people like recognize you or say hey or like that community, like the gathering, right? The haha. It's the gathering
Yeah.
part, but the actual gathering with all those people that you just know online is like handles or people that comment on your stuff, and then you finally get to meet them. It's
hmm
yeah. So it's
Well,
but
it feels
it's
like a really big celebration. And even no matter how much Magic you play at the con, I played like a criminally low amount of actual Magic at the con. But it really is about celebrating each other and celebrating the game and its history and its future. And exactly like you said, like seeing the people who you only know as a handle or you've only talked to online or maybe on video. So I love it. I'm also the biggest extrovert in the world. So to me, that was a real, as you said, fill the tank moment, just like personally. It was just coming out of winter. I live in a cold place. And so I was ready for the heat and ready for some friends. And I imagine that I'll be still ready for that at the end of the summer.
yeah. It's funny if you. I don't know how many other conventions you've been to. Like, do you go to a lot of gaming conventions?
That was my first one ever.
Oh, brother. Let
Rookie
me tell Yeah,
year.
well, it's funny. All right, so I've been doing this for 15 years and I've gone to a lot of gaming conventions. And as far as gaming conventions go, like MagicCon, there is not a lot to do at a MagicCon. So it's very weird. Like I'm accustomed to like an E3 or a Comic Con or something where there's every booth has something going on. If you go to a MagicCon, it's like here is 45 booths selling singles and booster boxes, and so there's obviously artist alley and stuff like that, but it's really about the people and it's really about the
Mhm.
like hanging out with other people. Hey, you want to go get lunch or dinner? You want to go play some games somewhere? And it's the convention is almost secondary, and you get that with LobbyCon, right?
LobbyCon.
The joke that everybody makes, where it's like the convention floor is all right. Well, we're just going back to the hotel. We're just going to keep it going, and that's really where that's really the convention. Like honestly, because the rest of it is like you can buy singles anywhere, and you can maybe
Yeah.
you can't meet some of these artists, but I mean, there's really do you need a new deck box? Do you need a new mat? Here's another booth where do you need a new mat? Do you need a new deck box? It's like okay, yeah, you just kind of skip all that stuff and get right to it's fun to just kind of wander around and see all that stuff and see the different booths and look around and kind of browse, but it's really about the people. And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think the mistake that I made at MagicCon Vegas was a mistake that other people warned me about, but they warned me too late, which was I signed up for too many events.
oh yeah,
So I won't be doing that again. They were great events.
sure.
For the product that I got, they were definitely worth the value. For the experience, I would say they were mostly worth the value. Really cool, generally very well organized, except for when the companion app system totally failed, but that was
Ooh,
not the employee's fault at all.
sure, sure.
So those were really fun, but I did miss some of the some of the hanging out, some of the lobby cons, some of the lunches and dinners, just because I didn't want to scoop and waste the money that I had spent on it. And I don't like to cancel things. I'm once I've made a commitment, I'm doing it. So that I would change. I would maybe do one event in the weekend, but I got a lot of packs from that.
Really?
There was nothing else left by the time on Sunday that I got to the line where you can put in your prize sticks. So we just came home with like between me and my boyfriend, we came out with like 25 packs.
Really?
so
Holy
so yeah,
cow.
so we just ran a little 3-person sealed like pre-release event at our house with one of our friends, and I filmed it. Out of the packs that we just got from MagicCon. So
Wow.
yeah, that to anybody considering going to MagicCon, you should do it, and you should do one event, not three.
Yeah, it turns into like when you lock yourself, those are not short events. And as anybody who plays
No.
any kind of an event, it turns into it's like, okay, well, I'm locked down here for 4 hours. And then
Hmm.
everybody's wandering. I was like, all right, well, we're going to go over here now. It's like, oh, but I want to go with you guys. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Ah. And
The one
then,
that's different is the unknown event because that one, A, is always very cool. B, the pairing works differently. Like you just go find somebody who's doing the event and you can pair up with anybody and they'll help you with that. So it's not like you have to wait for the next round to start. So that one can be done in a matter of like 2 hours, which I think is more appropriate.
that's reasonable. Yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I also did the first time I went out to one of these things. It was Vegas a year ago, and it was like, oh God, my entire day is already booked, and I can't go see or do anything else. And it's like, and I'm stuck
Yeah.
here at this point. It's like, yeah, just not having that freedom, which sounds weird because you're going there to play Magic. But as you said, you played a criminally low number of games because that's exactly why. Because it's like you get locked in somewhere. So it's like, yeah, it's.
Yeah.
But so you are going to be going to Atlanta. What are some other hobbies outside of Magic that you're into? Other obviously board games, books. Is there anything out there that would surprise people based on what it is you like?
Uh, I don't think anything that would surprise anybody. I like to, there's a lot, I'm like the person with a million hobbies, but I don't do all of them all the time. Behind me, you can see my craft corner. So all of my knitting, crocheting, needle felting, cross stitching, and name a craft, it's over there. Um, I enjoy cooking and mixology.
Oh,
I've
okay.
enjoyed talking about that. Also with some magic friends. I don't know if you know Haley,
I
MTG
sure
Demonic
do.
Tutor.
She was one of my first
Yeah,
interviews.
Haley's. Oh, that's
I
awesome.
love her stuff because every time I see one of her like concoctions and she puts it on this, I'm like, that
It's so
absolutely,
creative.
yeah. It's like, yes, that's perfect.
Yeah. And another way to engage in the game that we love that's different than just like being a talking head and saying like this is the best card or here's my deck. So I'm inspired by her in that.
That was
But yeah, I
and
love
it's MTG Demonic Tutor. Everybody, this is we're shouting
yes.
out Haley, but Demonic Tutor is the handle. Look her up, and that's what drove me to her content because everybody was like, "Here's the top 5 blue cards that came out." They're like, "Yes, yes, we got it." And then she's like, "Here's a cocktail based on this." It's like, okay, well, what does that look like? What's in that cocktail? Why did you choose that? What was the selection choice? Like, so yeah, it's such a different take on that. I was like, yeah, I need to talk to this woman. Absolutely.
Yeah, so cool. And by trade, I'm in theater, so singing, all that.
All right, well, we can't just ramp up. First off, you said karaoke, and I let that pass. I was like, okay, he's a karaoke fan, but all right, right on, because they had karaoke at Vegas, and I was like, fucking go. But what do you do for the theater? Are you an actual actor? Like that's what you get paid for?
Right now, I'm working in fundraising, but my degree is in performance for musical theater specifically.
Really?
So yeah, I
Soprano,
have a
alto? What are we? One, two? What's the?
I've always been a soprano one. But my voice is I fear better suited for like either golden age musical theater, so like the 50s, or like pop or rock. Like not whatever is happening now. Just doesn't the belt at the yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. Um but I've been in a couple shows at the place that I work. Namely, I was one of the silly girls who was in love with Gaston in Beauty and the Beast, and that was an absolute blast. It was just the perfect role. I had a lot of singing, a little bit of soloing, some dancing that challenged me, and one speaking line. So I thought that was perfect. I think that's the thing that like professional theater has taught me is that like actually being in the ensemble is pretty awesome. Being in the ensemble in high school sucks. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that anywhere else. But in the real like on a real stage, that's pretty cool
Well,
too.
now explain the difference. Now I'm curious because I did both, and I'm like trying to figure. Well, I didn't do professional, but what's the difference between professional and high school where you're just like I'm in the ensemble?
Well, in to put it frankly, the ensemble in a professional theater actually matters. Like it's not where you're putting the people who aren't good. Everybody's good.
Okay.
It's a real yeah. It's like a part of the storytelling and not just like uh-oh, we have to put Jimmy somewhere.
Yeah, he signed up, and we need another
We
base,
don't
and
know
he
what to
kind
do
of
with him.
okay, got it.
But I think that's actually something that has
Huh.
really helped me with my content creation because I went to school for theater and then got sent home due to COVID. And so I spent a lot of time talking to a camera that I said, this isn't ever going to matter. Why am I doing this? And then I started content creation and I was like, hold on now. maybe talking to a camera did matter. So that's been something that I think has helped me a lot, along with my, naturally winning personality.
You've got a theater look to you. Like I could see that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
so, would you? Are you still trying to go do stuff in the theater? Like, would you like to do a starring role if you got an opportunity?
I would love nothing more. Not as my full career because I'm too anxious to have to look for a job and audition all the time. So that's why I decided to be in theater. And then it like gives me access to being around it and working with the people because again, what I really love is the community of it. I love the people who tend to work in theater. And I also work at a really good company. So yeah, I'd love to perform more, but I feel like Girlsplaining Gaming has given me a chance to help people in a way that is more direct and feels kind of similar to like doing a really good performance that moves people. It's just that nobody on the internet cares what color my background is, and therefore they're gonna cancel my audition because it's not the right shade of blue. Like,
Is that a thing? I mean, the way that you
eh,
said that was like
that was
you're very,
hyperbole.
you're very
However,
picky.
it is kind of that deep. Like auditioning is crazy. And New York is not really my favorite place.
That does
So
not
I
sound
didn't,
fun.
no, that's just not the life I wanted to live. And now I'm like, maybe I should do content creation, which is essentially the same thing. So we'll see how that goes.
You're your own boss. You're setting up
Yeah,
your own hours. You're doing your own videos. And so it
yeah.
makes sense. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. Where can people find you on the internet?
Yeah, you can find me by searching Girlsplaining Gaming on kind of any platform. I'm most active on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I also have a Twitch that I am on about
Hey,
once
there
a
you go.
week. So that's been really fun.
What's the handle on Twitch? I can't quite remember. Oh, it is
Girlsplaining.gaming.
girls planning. Okay.
Yep. It's all Girlsplaining Gaming. Always has been. Uh, yeah, and it's been really great to chat with you today. Thanks for doing that. You can check out my merch. I have a merch store that's linked in bios everywhere and my link tree. There's hats, there's t-shirts, there's MagicCon exclusives. They're not really exclusive. They just say MagicCon on them.
Was that black and pink shirt about the
It
extra?
was.
When I
It
was looking
was.
up your logo to put in the screen, I saw that and I was like, that almost looks like that could be a Vegas like T-shirt that
Yeah.
Wizards would have had out there because it's like
Well, I made sure
shiny
not to put
cardboard.
anything, made sure not to put anything that was branded on it so I didn't get hit with a copyright strike. But the fabulous Las Vegas sign is actually open to use.
I
So
would
that
imagine.
was all good. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was really great
Absolutely.
to chat with you.
Kelsey from Girlsplaining Gaming, thank you for coming on the show, certainly. And as always, have a great night of cards, everyone.